When your twin flame runs, it's usually for one of two reasons. The first being they're not ready, meaning the twin flame relationship is an invitation to strip off the layers of the 3D world that are not compatible with the soul, that are not compatible with the authentic being that's driving that avatar. And so what happens is that initiation is an invitation to change. And it could be a very minor change. It could be just opening up the heart portal, which actually is kind of major for a lot of people. It could be stepping into purpose. It could be launching a new business venture that's more in alignment with them. It could be connecting with passion or some repressed emotion that they have long since abandoned or compartmentalized in themselves, down to an entirely new life and a new identity construct, as what has happened to me, although I'm more integrated now. And so when people are not actually ready for this, they will resist it. They will run from it. And as a result, what's going to happen is that at some point they're going to run, because the truth of what you're offering, what the relationship is offering, is too intense for them to actually process and handle. So they will often go back to a karmic. They will literally sometimes go back to the past. They will go back to an ex, or they will go to somebody else that's safer, that's less challenging, because one of the core tenets of the twin flame relationship is change. And what produces change? Challenge and confrontation. And a lot of people are actually non-confrontational, particularly if they have any sort of avoidant attachment style. So that's number one. Number two is when you're not ready. We often like to think about our partners as not being ready, but the truth is we can equally be as unprepared. And the way that this looks like is that we actually try to create with our twin flame, with the same patterns, the same identity, the same everything as our false self, as our 3D self. And all of our loops, all of our relationship baggage, our insecure attachment styles, that's a big one. That's why I talk so much about it on my channel, because it's like ubiquitous out there. You know, a lot of people struggle with insecure attachment style. Even if they're mostly secure, they still sometimes have elements that are unhealed. And a twin flame journey is going to magnify those and bring those up to the surface. Well, those are in direct opposition with your ability to hold a union. So what happens is if you're trying to create an old type of relationship with your twin flame, they will subconsciously and sometimes outright reject you and your offer. And that looks like them pulling away. That looks like them going to a soulmate. That looks like them saying no, in all the many different ways that the soul does. But ultimately it comes down to one or both of you are not ready.